Well, I'll tell you, it mixes in with sweat quite well. Hello my friends, how are you? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am finally sitting down to do this video. For those who have not been here, hi, how are you? Hope you're going to stick around after this one. I, back in November, put it out there and asked you guys if you wanted to see a full face of Huda Beauty. You all resoundingly said yes, and I was so grateful and I was so excited. So in November, during the VIB sale from Sephora, I went out and took you with me, went shopping, picked up some of her newer products, which are now 3 months old. That's besides the point. I also ordered from her major sale that she had during a Black Friday the week of. I have a lot, and I do mean a lot, of amazing Huda Beauty products. I've tried her eyeshadow palettes before. I love them. I have quite a few. I don't think I have every single one, but I have quite a few. I won't be too chit-chatty because it's really about the products today, but you know, I like to talk. I'm a New Yorker. I talk with my hands and I like to hear myself talk. So that's kind of what it's going to be. I am hoping that this mirror is going to work out well because my eyes are bothering me tremendously and I need light. And this is my Simple Human mirror, which I purchased myself about 3 years ago, and it is the best mirror for lighting and seeing yourself when you're doing your makeup that I personally have ever tried. Yeah, it's expensive. I paid, I think, $125 on sale. It used to be $150. I think this mirror is like $200 now, which I know sounds like a lot, but for me personally, it was a worthwhile investment because I really like it. The only thing I don't like is that sometimes the mirror will go off and I will have to like wave my hand in front of the sensor again to get it go on. So if you see like the lighting changing, my apologies. If this doesn't work out for me, then I won't use it again. So I didn't get all fancy and package my makeup together beautifully. No, I didn't. I have some of it in here, which is the little bag that came shipped in, and then I have these cases, which I really do like. I have now, I think, 4 of them. I put one of them in a giveaway, but I kept several of them for myself because it's clear and see-through. That kind of means the same thing, Leann. And I don't know, I just like them. Doesn't matter? Probably not. I do have a new Huda Beauty sponge that I'm going to be using. I had one open. Do you think I can find it? No, I can't. And it is one of my favorite sponges. So I'm kind of mad because they're not cheap. I think these are $18. Okie doke, so I'm just going to go through my routine as I normally would. I'm not doing all of my skincare because I do have a couple of her Glowish beauty products that I'm going to be using, and I'm not going anywhere today. I'm just doing this to actually get the video filmed. I'm actually trying out her Glow Coco Hydrating Mist. I think I got this in either the mystery bag or one of the takeovers or something. It's a very hefty container, even though it's plastic. I don't remember what the mist is like. It's a nice mist, but slightly faulty. Hopefully it will improve. There might be something clogged, but it shoots out on certain parts and it's fine in other parts, which is kind of annoying to me. But it smells like coconut, which is heaven in my opinion, so I'm happy about that. My lips are freaking dry as the desert, and I do have one of her lip balms. Now, it's a beautiful package, magnetic closure, but honestly, these are not really good for long-lasting hydration. It is beautiful in that it is sparkly on the outside. I do use it, but what I mostly use it for is like a pre-lipstick primer. I don't find this hydrating enough to call it a lip balm in any sense of the word. It goes on nicely and smoothly, and it adds just a slight bit of sheen to your lips. It's okay. Is it worth $25? Oh, heck no, not at all. So I'm just going to be using this. I think this is called the Honey Balm. It's an interesting moisturizer. I don't like the scent because it has a floral scent, and that's not my jam whatsoever. It's hard to explain. The texture is quite interesting. It's gel-like, so it has a nice slip, but it also has almost like this glycerin texture. I don't know. It's very different, but I do like it. It has decent ingredients, as I said, aside from the, floral scent and everything. but my makeup does go on nicely for the most part on top of it. I've had a couple of issues, but I can't necessarily blame that because it could have been a primer I was using or the particular foundation or whatever. So I don't necessarily blame that. Now, even though I don't like rose, I do want to try her Wishful Rose Oil. Again, I'm probably going to be passing this on to someone, obviously someone that I know, but I want to try out the product anyway. Now, I don't want to put the oil immediately on top of this because I don't know if it's going to pill, and I have those issues anyway. One of the eye creams, I don't think she has an eye cream, or at least I didn't purchase one because I just have way too many, but I've been enjoying the Kiehl's eye cream. What is it called exactly? The Creamy Eye Treatment. I like the alginist that I have been using, but it is not as thick and occlusive as this. This puppy is thick and occlusive, I have to tell ya. It is slightly green, as you can tell, and they even tell you to rub it between your fingers because it is so thick. I want to do everything that I normally do for my under eyes so I can give the concealer a good chance and I can give my honest opinion about it. Oh, I really do not want to have to break out my fan, but I am so uncomfortably warm at this point. Come on, you want to say hello? What would a video be without a Baxter cat crawling into my lap for attention? Here you go. Say hi, because then I have to now clean my paws, and you may or may not be able to stay on my lap. I have no idea why my cat has to be on camera. Some of you mentioned that he needs his own channel. Could be true. Are you going to behave for your mother? Sure, now he doesn't say anything. Oh no, do you know what I forgot to do? Do you see what I mean? Like my brain. I wanted to try on the mask holder. That was my full intention. Did I do that? No. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to give you my opinion after I try it. Oh. Alright, so this has been sitting on my face long enough. Let's just try the rose oil and see. It's a beautiful golden color. Ooh. Do you know? It really doesn't smell that badly. I can actually barely smell the rose. Wow. Well, I'll tell you, it mixes in with sweat quite well. It soaked in really nicely. I will have to say that, and I'm so elated that it does not have such a strong floral smell. Thank you. Okay, now while that's sitting on my skin, I do have two primers to test. One of them is just a little sample, and this is her Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. I received two samples of this, and this one's fragrance-free, instant dewiness, smooth finish, activated makeup grip, which sounds interesting. To me, it's sounding a lot like the Milk Makeup Primer, or what that's supposed to do. And here I have two primers. One of them is the Matte Perfection Primer, and I'm hoping that I didn't try this. It looks like I actually did. I don't think I want to use this. I don't want to go for a matte look. That's not usually my style. But I also have the Complexion Perfection here, which is what I think I'm going to use. Maybe I'll use this on one side and the Jelly Primer on the other. And I want to see how I like this. They are quite similar. This one is longer, which is nice because at least you can tell the difference. You can see the matte one is much skinnier. It is just a packaging difference. They both contain 30 mils in each of them. I do like that she has a moisturizing and a mattifying option, so she's covering, I think, the two needs that most people desire. Of course, I'm going more for the moisturizing. Okay, the other one has a skinny little tip. Why do I keep pointing it away? I want to talk about the products and compare them. This you twist off, and it has one of those that you squeeze up. It looks like a little... We'll leave that alone. And I think it is scented also, and it's thin and water-like. It's more water-like than it is gel-like. The moisturizing one comes with a pump, which I just dropped the cap on the floor. And let's see, I have not even pumped this out as of yet. Oh, there we go. It's obviously thicker, and it looks, well, yeah, it's thicker. It's moussey, a more moussey texture. I'm not sure if this one has a scent, and it feels a little bit more occlusive as well. And so far it feels quite moisturizing. So yeah, let's do this on this half of my face and the jelly primer on this half of my face. And let's see how the mirror is going to work out. I'd say I used about a pump and a quarter. I'm not looking overly glowy as far as I can tell. You know what? Let me bring you in a little bit so we can be up close and personal to my face. We don't want to be, but we have to be. Now, let's take a look at this one. Now, it says, of course, to apply to clean skin. I hope I'm not going to apply any makeup products to dirty skin, but I don't know. And then it says that you're supposed to wait 30 to 60 seconds before makeup application. Very cute. It comes in a little teardrop sample container. Before I go that route, I do want to put this on because, as I said, I want to use my regular makeup routine to give the products a good chance. But this is the Under Eye Recovery Serum from Huda Beauty. It's on the pricey side, but so far I really like it. I've only been using it maybe a couple of weeks, but it has some nice ingredients. And I'm hoping that it's going to do nice things for my under eyes. And so far, I have been liking it. Oh, you have to snap the top off. Well, that took me too long to figure out. Is there anything in here? I barely have any product. All right, we're gonna go vicious here. I'm going to cut the back of this. All right, I thought the container was cute. Completely impractical because I had to slice the back of it to get any product out. All right, Huda, if you want us to try your products and love them, kindly put them in packaging that actually works. It feels very water-like, a lot more watery than the Milk makeup. So as that's sitting on my face, I want to go over the two foundations that I have. I have her, I think it is the reformulated foundation. Her original Faux filter, I believe that she reformulated it, or it could be the moisturizing one. See, the lovely person who helped me at Sephora did not mark anything, did not mark down the shades, nor did she mark down which foundation was which, because I also got her new Glowish one. I'm hoping I might be able to tell the difference because of the texture. I don't know. Let's see, this one is quite thick. I think this is her Faux filter. There it is on my hand. It's a little yellow. She also color matched me. So again, I'm hoping that that's going to work out. That's the second one. I'm thinking, get away from me fly, that this one is the Glowish. I don't know. For some reason, I have a desire to try this one on. Here's a sponge now that it's wet. Do you see the size difference? I showed you this when I had just taken it out of the package. Maybe I'm going to do a freeze frame of the other footage that I have and show you the difference. I'll do it on one side so I can put them maybe side by side. But yeah, that is certainly different. All right, let's just do this. Okay, the color might be good. It's a little thick. Let's see. Now this is the jelly primer side. Well, that went on very quickly. I'm just going to turn up the intensity of my mirror for a minute. Unfortunately, it completely washes me out, but I just need to see. Okay, the color match is really quite nice. I don't see any line of demarcation, and I think it went on really quite well. Let's try the other side. This is the hydrating primer. And I would say so far that it's like on that border between a light and medium coverage. My problem areas with my foundation are always right around here. Everything from my concealer to my foundation always cakes up right in this area. I have absolutely no idea why. Okay, it went on this side just as nicely. Let me turn up. I think it went on beautifully on both sides. It covered up some of my imperfections. Try not to put foundation directly underneath my eyes, or else it is cake city when I go to do my concealer. It is settling ever so slightly in my fine lines. I doubt that you're going to be able to see. I'm going to be zooming in a lot as far as when I'm in editing, but I mean, like ever so slightly. Nothing that I certainly can't deal with. Okay, whatever foundation you are, I like you and I like the color. I guess I'm going to have to go back and get color matched yet again. If you notice, I really didn't use that much. So, okay, happy so far. This is the Overachiever Concealer in, what did I say it's in? Cookie dough. I literally read that half a second ago and I couldn't remember for the life of me. Here's the package. I don't know how I'm going to like the package because it has one of these things. It may be cooling underneath the eye, but I think sometimes it can be a little bit messy and maybe a little bit cumbersome, but we'll find out. On my mature skin, I cannot do that whole over concealing thing. It just makes me look worse. It's really quite thick. And I don't necessarily mind that either. You can see I chose a little bit of a darker color, but I can't use a very highlighty color underneath my eyes. Another difficult area for me with concealer is right in the corner here, because I have some discoloration, so I try to put concealer there, but what happens is it gets very crepey and dry looking. Before I look in the mirror, I want to show you guys a little bit. Bring this in, and I have the lights down ever so slightly, but you can see how it's looking. I don't know, I'd say it was decent coverage. So far, I don't think it looks bad. I'm going to see how it looks over here, which is another problem of mine. I need a touch more. It immediately cakes up, no matter what I do, no matter what I use. Did it cover? I don't know, let's see. From my perception, it's looking pretty gosh darn good. Let's see. Okay, honestly for me, I think it's okay. There's that fine line between applying too much and having it look cakey but hiding your circles, and then not applying enough and just having the darkness show through. I do use a color corrector, which is the Milani, which I've been enjoying a lot, but I wanted to just try this on its own to see how I liked it. I have to tell you, the anxiety that has surrounded me for doing get readies with me, especially this one, have been like off the charts. It is such an uncomfortable position sitting the way I sit. My feet fall asleep. It's having to drag everything out, and I don't know, lately my anxiety levels about everything have been over the top. But you know, as I've said multitude of times in the past, that this is the only thing that I have that truly brings me joy. I don't have joy in the everyday things in my life anymore, and this in particular is supposed to be my peaceful time, my time for myself. And whether it's because I feel guilty about filming because there are so many other things that I need to accomplish and are not, and I don't know what it is, but I'm finally happy that I'm able to sit down and do this, and I want to enjoy it. I want to make it fun. I've also been feeling like crud lately. My vertigo has been killing me, and yeah, but I'm going to try to let that all go, and I'm just going to try to enjoy this process and share this with you. So this is the Huda Beauty Baby Bake, the loose baking and setting powder. Again, I had mentioned that I got the smaller one because I have a lot of powders. It took me 10 minutes to figure out that you have to pop this up and you turn the cap, and then out pops this, which is a spongy material. It doesn't feel like a beauty blender. It's a little bit difficult for me to explain. It feels slightly porous. I just don't know how I'm going to like this. And let's see if I can get this covering, the protective coating off, which is always difficult for me. Well, that wasn't easy. Okay, So I'm going to pop that in here. I'm going to turn it over. And that's all that came, that's all that came out. Let's, yeah, it's not getting anything out. Aha, oh, okay, oh, wow, that's, I don't know how I like this container. I did get the color Pound Cake, and it seems to be lightening up the foundation slightly. That doesn't necessarily bother me. I will say that this is quite tedious, I'm not gonna lie. But it's going on nicely. It's just gonna take me forever. In the morning, I don't have time to mess with this. Okay, now the foundation did settle into these lines, so I do want to just kind of do that. There we go, that's better. I think it has a nice scent though. And no, you cannot open this. That's it. This is your only choice. Okay, it doesn't look overly cakey. It doesn't look overly powdery. I said it's just lightened up my complexion slightly. Now the trick is for my under eyes. I do have to smooth out a couple of creases. This is a little difficult again. You know, maybe this type of application is good for baking. I don't bake. 1, I don't have time for that. And 2, I don't have time for that. Okay, it's pretty decent underneath my eyes. My big test is, after I put it on underneath my eyes, I like to smile and see what kind of crepiness and everything goes on, because I do have smile lines and a little bit of crow's feet because it's normal. I just want to tell you that my lips are dry already, so I have to apply this again. This is the Glowish Face Bronze and Blush Brush. As I said, it was an interesting shape because I prefer a little bit more of a tapered, fluffy brush. This one is more flat and compact with a little bit of a dual fiber look to the bristles. I picked up her luminous pressed powder, which I completely forgot about. Oh, I also have her blush. Let's try her luminous pressed powder. I got it in the color Fair Light. This is beautiful packaging. I really like it. This is the color. Now, yeah, I think I will try this brush for a minute. I want to see how luminous this gets. I'm not sure I like this. I put on over here. I'm going to give you, hold on, let's see if I can do this. It almost added texture to my face. I don't know if you can see it or not. It does have a little bit of luminosity, but maybe if I had just used this alone, it might be different. I'm not going to discount this. I was wondering what that shaking was. I'm not going to discount it just yet because I want to try it in different ways. But right here, my first impression was I'm not thrilled with it. But let me just clean this off. I'm just using like a fake, not a fake, and one of these things. The other thing that I got was her Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. This is new for me. I bought this in the color 01 Light. Same type of packaging, that translucent plastic packaging. It has like a swirled appearance, which is what's going to be interesting. Obviously, it's going to be a glowy bronzing powder. It has a very nice texture. That's what it looks like on my hand. Now, I just have to, this is not Huda Beauty, but I have to show these. 1, because I want to use them, and 2, I just want to talk about them. I completely messed up the presentation of this because I went to pick it up. Oh my goodness, I'm a mess. I went to pick it up and it just completely, just didn't go the way I planned. Beautylish puts together a very nice box in what they do, but I just completely ruined it. Now, this is something that they come out with every year for the new year. It's something that I would never ever purchase for myself because I can't even fathom spending this much money on a brush. And my amazing friend Cara, I'm going to have to ask her if I can mention her name, bought these for me. This is a gift beyond words. I can't even, again, I can't even fathom owning these, but these are the Lunar New Year brushes. The Year of the Tiger, which is this year, and she also bought me the Year of the Rat because it just looks like a cute baby mouse. And if you don't know, well, you don't know, but I love little mice too because my sister and I used to call each other Mouse. Oh my goodness gracious. I have to give you a close-up of these. This is the Year of the Tiger. Look at the bristles. These brushes are $150. I did say $150, which is insane for a brush. Granted, I mean, I can't even describe to you the softness of these bristles. And I know that they're handcrafted and they're beautiful. But my friend Kara is insane. I'm just going to put it out there. This is the most luxurious thing I think I'll ever own, and I'm going to treasure them for my entire lifetime. And look at the Year of the Rat. Would you look at the baby mouse? He looks like a baby mouse. I can't even. And I said the craftsmanship of these brushes is spectacular, but $150 is just, it's insane. So I'm going to use this brush for this. Let's just see. Oh, the texture. Let's see what happens here. Now again, I can tell you that that luminous powder definitely added some texture to my cheeks. It's very light and it doesn't go on starkly, which I have happened to like. I feel like I'm painting my face with Baxter's tail, essentially. Now I did get the color light, so I'm not expecting it to be super dark, but I am having to build it up quite a bit. It's not as glowy as I was afraid it might be. Okay, so this is going to be, I think for me, definitely a bronzer where I just want to add a little bit of color to my face, but I don't want to look like I'm wearing anything because right now I'm trying to build it up. Let me just try this brush and see if a more dense brush is going to make a difference. I would say a dense brush maybe makes a little bit of difference. I would most definitely bronze much, much more on a regular basis. But okay, let's just try the next product, which is a blush. These are so tiny. For the blushes, you are getting 2.5 grams in comparison to the 8 grams that you are getting in the bronzer. I don't mind a smaller product, but I think that these were the same price as the other products, which I found interesting. This has a slightly different packaging, which again is pretty. It differentiates. I got it right. Between the products, which is appreciated on my part, I got a very pretty pinky blush. This is an O2 Caring Coral. Very creamy texture, slightly creamier than the bronzer. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm trying to debate which brush to use. This one might be a little bit too fluffy, but I want to try this one first because it is rather pigmented and it did pick up a lot on my brush. Now, I didn't even think, honestly, about the eyeshadow look I was going to do or anything. So the colors may not be coordinated. But that's going to be on me, not on the products. Okay, that went on quite nicely. I do want to try this one. Okay, the concealer is creasing on me, but it's not the concealer necessarily. I think every single concealer does so. So again, I'm getting just a nice light wash of color, and it's actually quite pretty. It's lighter than I think is good for me on camera, but I think for every day going out into the world, I would be quite happy. These brushes are, I have no words for the quality and the way they just put on that stuff. Kara, I have no words for you thinking of me and getting these for me. I love you, my dear friend. Kara and I have been friends for over 20 years, well over 20 years, and I'm speechless. So moving on, the next thing I want to try is the eyebrow pencil, the hashtag Balm Brows Micro Shade. I got mine in 5 medium brown. If you saw my video, I don't know if you did, but if I can remember to link it below, I shall. It was very dry and very hard to use. The packaging is stunning in a gunmetal shiny color. It does have a spoolie on one end, which feels... it's rough. Wow. I can't explain it. I like it though. It's just not as soft as other ones. But I personally always get makeup in my brows, so this is kind of making sure that I don't have any in my brows before I go in with the pencil. Micro is definitely a good word for it because it has a super skinny tip. And it just broke again. This is the 3rd time that the tip has broken on me. You have to go very lightly, but the problem is it's very dry, so you want to push harder in order to get the product to apply. It does go on, but it takes a lot, and I guess I have to get used to how much pressure I need. Okay, so this is one brow compared to the other. That took me a little bit longer than I usually like to do on my brows. I'm just going to do the other brow off camera because it's basically like watching paint dry. Oh, honestly, the color isn't that great for me, to be perfectly honest. And I'm going to keep playing with it, but it's like a learning curve to use it as far as having to find the right pressure, etc. I will keep trying it. Initially, it's not my favorite, but we shall see. And again, my lips are dry as anything, so I'm gonna try this balm. I think it's expired because it doesn't smell good, and it's supposed to smell good. This is the Silk Balm. Yeah, it smells, yeah, I know I'm putting something that doesn't smell good on my lips, but you know, it would have been nice if I showed you the packaging and everything else, right? Yeah, you think? It does have a beautiful component. The doe foot applicator is one of those angled ones, and it's a little bit difficult to get out. You can see that pop when I pull it out, but it feels nice. It's basically clear. Moving on, I can't find my Huda Beauty highlighting palette. I just spent 20 minutes looking for it, and I got so frustrated that I gave up. I admit it. So instead, I'm going to use my Blink Beauty palette. This is one that we received in one of our boxes, and I've been playing with it, and so far I like it. So I'm just going to mix these two colors, Confident and Empowered. I happen to like the names. These two here. Okay, I have a million Huda palettes, but I did receive this new one. What did I get it in? I don't know. But this is the Khaki Haze. It is one of her 9-pan palettes. Absolutely beautiful packaging. The plastic, I think the color story is really nice. It has some cool tones and some warm tones. It's a neutral palette with a little bit of bling, and I am quite happy with that. I don't have any Huda Beauty eye brushes, but I do have these new Complex Culture eye brushes that I want to try out. I purchased them in one of the pop-up shops or something like that. So I'm going to start out with this one. Now these don't have names on them, which doesn't really bother me, but I'm going to start out with the lightest color, which is this. Some people don't like her formula. I've never had a problem. I mean, maybe there was a shade or two that maybe didn't work out perfectly for me, but I've never really had a problem with anything except for those kind of Martian jelly type things that she puts in some of her palettes. They're definitely interesting. Okay, I'm going to go in with a mid-tone color, and I'm going to go in with this one here. That one was annoying me, so I'm going to go into my Morphe something. It's worn off. This one isn't as pigmented as I think I might like, but I'm also not mad at it. I'm going to take this Morphe 5 Series brush. I can't read the number without my glasses. I'm going to go back into that same color and... oh, that is a really harsh brush. Oh, that's not fun. No, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, that other brush will like cut meat, I think. Yes, Babs. I'm going to go into this stiffer Morphe brush, and I want to add some depth to that corner. So I'm going to use this pretty chocolate. Very pretty, very pigmented, but not overly so. Yes, Baxi. Okay, now I need a nice little flat brush. Oh, what color do I want to use on my lid? I use this like khaki colored shimmer. What, baby? Goes on very nicely with the brush. It just takes a little bit of building up, that's all. You know what, let's just try with my finger. I want to see how it goes on with my finger. Obviously it's a little bit quicker with your finger, but of course it's not going to be as precise. But just as pretty. Okay, next up, I'm going to use this brush that we got in our Boxy Charm, and I want to take this lightish gold color here for my inner corner. These brushes are actually quite soft. Well, that was beautiful. Gave me just what I was looking for. Do I have something light enough? I want to try and take that and put it on my brow bone, but I don't know. Let's see. This is the Japanesque brush that I got. It's very unique. You can use this for some liner when you're using shadows. I like to use it on my brow bone, among other things as well. It's a little bit darker than I anticipated for my brow bone. You know what, let me just take some of the highlighter palette and do that and see if it works any better. You know, before I do my eyeliner, I just want to spray my face and see if it can kind of meld some of these powders together. Okay, now this time when I used it, the mist was a lot finer, so again, maybe it was just a clogged nozzle or something. I do want to use the liner. This is really nice. I do struggle with this tip because it is a brush tip and sometimes it just gets a bit clumpy on me, but this is called the Lifeliner. I can tell you that the pencil side is one of my favorites. I absolutely love it, especially for my waterline. Do I want to try the liquid or is it going to completely mess up my look? I don't know. I'm not going anywhere, as I said, so let's give it a shot. I have to wipe off the tip. Okay, so I lied. This time it worked quite nicely. And of course I did mess it up ever so slightly because reasons. It is most definitely one of my favorite liners, and I think I have a backup somewhere. Definitely don't ask me where because I couldn't tell ya. Now I'm just going to open up this mascara because I want to, and I just want to. This is the Curl and Insane Length. No, that's probably not the name of it. Nope. It's actually called Legit Lashes. It has the same shaped component as all of her other products, which I like the continuity of that, but I also like that they're slightly different, as in this is that metallic color, this is the flat matte. It's just a little thing, you know? And I'm pretty sure this is the double-sided one. Yes. This side is the Curl, I think. Let me read. Curl and Length. And this is the Volume. So what do we want to do first? All right, I think I'm going to use the Curl and Length side first. I'm not using my primer that I usually use, so I can give this a fair shot. And I did get liner on my lashes, so they're a little sticky now. It is plastic. It is a plastic bristled brush. I think mascaras are so very subjective because we all have different types of lashes. I happen to have very long lashes that are kind of thick, but they also curl up nicely on their own. I don't need much assistance in that. So this just gave, I don't know if you can tell the difference. I can see a difference in the length, and they look just regularly curled to me. So let's try this side. This side, I think it's more noticeable as far as the length and the curling go. Now let's try the volume and see what happens. This one is just that Christmas tree wand, classic. It also feels like a plastic bristle brush. Who here has one eye that it's easier to do your mascara than the other? This is the eye that always gives me a problem. Okay, that is one eye. Let me close. Can you see a difference? It gives a little bit of that spider lash look. I don't particularly mind that, but let's see how it works on my lower lashes because not many things do. Had to pull off a couple of little clumps on that end, but overall I definitely like it, and this is without the primer. That's what's most impressive to me because I can make a lot of mascaras work with the primer. But for me to see something impressive without any type of eyelash primer, I actually like it a lot. Okay, this video is just going to be way too long. I found 3 Huda products. I don't know what I'm going to use, but I have 3 liquid lipsticks. There's one formula of hers that I like, and there's one that I don't. And they also have a bullet lipstick, which I really do like. Okay, these are all the Demi mattes, which aren't my favorite. I don't like the texture of them. So let me try the bullet lipstick first. This is in Sweet Cheeks. I wear this a lot on camera. I just don't always mention it. It's absolutely beautiful. It went on very nicely on top of the Silk Balm especially. My lips still feel quite moisturized with that Silk Balm on. Here are the 3 Demi mattes. We have Feminist, Mogul, and I think that says Shekia or something. I don't have my glasses, and even with the magnifying glass, I couldn't read it. They're both 3 beautiful colors. I wish I could ask you guys. Let's just try. Okay, this is Mogul, and it kind of matches that bullet lipstick. Okay, so this is the color Mogul. I don't know if I really like it. I can tell you the reason that I don't like the Demi mattes is because it gets on my teeth no matter what I do. And when I blot, let's blot, hold on. It takes away a lot of the color, but I guess it's still there. I mean, they're still definitely not transfer proof or anything like that. They're definitely comfortable. I said definitely more times than I should probably have said. Wow, so, well, that's it. I finished. Yay me. Overall, I knew that I was going to be happy with most of the products because I was quite familiar with a lot of her formulas. I am enjoying the cheek products, the bronzer and the blush. I said they're very, very light. I'm going to try next time maybe building them up a little bit more, not using that powder. This I have to try again, the Glowish, the soft something powder, the soft radiance. Maybe I applied it too thickly, I'm not sure. So this I'm a little bit unsure about, but so far the bronzer and blush are really nice. I love the spray. The rose oil, I'm so happy that it's something that I can use because the scent isn't really that strong. This powder is really nice, but as I said, the applicator is just going to take me such a long time to apply that I can see myself getting extremely frustrated very quickly. Like the mascara, the eyebrow pencil, I'll keep trying and working with it. I'll have to give you a later update. The foundations and the concealer I definitely like, so I'm going to have to go back and color match myself again and maybe figure out, get some more samples and then try it again from there since I don't know. But I want to thank you guys so much for being patient for me doing this. You guys are amazingly wonderful people. I would love to know your thoughts on everything I tried. Let me know what you guys have tried because I'm very curious. If you are new and like to subscribe and become part of this family, that would be amazing. And I love you guys. I said that already, but it bared repeating. Whatever part of this world you're in, on, around, I hope you're having an amazing day or an amazing night, depending upon where you are. And I will see you really soon in my next video. You guys are awesome. Bye.